I just made a terrible realization that I did not start recording my local copy to go to YouTube, so it might be that the YouTube video starts here. Might not be. I might do some sort of intro. But either way, you haven't missed much. We just went to an evac shelter, got out of the burning building we started in. Maybe I'll pull the video off of Twitch instead of uploading directly to YouTube for the first little bit. That'll probably work. So there's a lot of zombies here. There's some cookbooks, first responder book. We don't really care about those. 2 of these zombies see us, I think. Yeah, they can see. You can see 3 of the zombies have seen us. So we could still turn tail and run. That is a very valid option. We could also try to get to an upper floor where they're unlikely to follow us. We could lead the zombies away and then try to circle back. I like that option. I'm going to go west. And we'll bring some with us. What we're really concerned about is a dog or a fast zombie of some sort catching wind of us. So as long as that doesn't happen, we'll at least get a few of these baddies away from our precious school. It's interesting. There don't seem to be that many zombies in this part of town. There's a wander spawn up here, so that will have zombies. There's forest, which we're really happy to see, because what we're going to end up doing is going into the forest through the south, looping around through the north, coming out, and going back to the school. And we should be able to get in more easily then. So let's zoom back in and do that. We have a plan. The plan is halfway to having a success. So let's have a success too. All right. So I believe we have lost the trail at this point. So let's start curving back to the east. Don't think anything is following us. How does the map look? This is a nice big forest. I see the road goes straight into the forest here, so that's something to be aware of. Guess we haven't really looked at how warm we are. We're doing fine, though. That's good. All right, so now there is still a zombie child and a zombie from the group we had pulled that did not join the rest in chasing us. That's unfortunate. But I still think that little jaunt was very much worthwhile, because I think we've thinned the herd. Now, the real question is, do we make a run for it and try to get upstairs? I want the books. I want the books bad. The other thing we could do is try to use this chain link fence to our advantage, but I feel like there's probably going to be zombies near this road down here. And in fact, there is a wander spawn right there, so that does not bode well. We might have to come in via this corner, despite the fact that there's a child zombie. Might have to try to kill the child zombie awkwardly with our hammer. Hopefully it works. So here's a normal-sized zombie coming at us. Now, there aren't any shrubs that we can trap him in, which is really unfortunate. Normally, it's a very, very good idea to get the zombies to go on top of something that'll slow them down while you beat them to death. We are wielding our hammer. Okay. I'm going to turn on run. I'm going to back off a step. See if we can kite him a bit and not get hit. That would be excellent. We'll be tired, but we won't care too much about exhaustion because there's no other zombies around. I lost the conduct teacher, leave them kids alone. Okay. I guess that's a teacher. Oh. I have no idea what that means. You lost the conduct teacher, leave them kids alone. That's a new thing. Didn't used to be in the game, whatever it is. We have almost killed the zombie by backing off and hitting him with our hammer. There we go. Potato chips, sure. There's motorcycle armor. We would have to wash this. We have a lot of water, so we could wash it. And if we did, it could be really good for us. So I don't want to carry it because it's quite heavy. I guess it's not actually that heavy. I think what I'm going to do instead is just pull up my map and do a little note here. It says motorcycle armor. And if we still have space once we leave the school, we can stop on our way back. Now, I should say that if you're new to the game, I do not advise doing what I'm doing, which is running into a school in the middle of the day on your very first day in the game when you're wielding a bloody hammer. This is very dangerous and not at all smart. So we could easily die here, but we're going to try our best not to. There we have another child zombie who's seen us. We could try to maneuver it onto these rocks. The problem is there might be more zombies down here that'll see us if we do that, but I think it's worth the risk in this case. Okay, so. There we go. Now this zombie here has a 250 move cost, whereas we have a 100 move cost. So we get to do 2.5 things for everything he does. We should have really dropped our backpack, actually. That would have been way smarter. I think it's too late now, though. Children are very difficult to hit. We've dodged that attack. We've hit it a few times, and we've killed it. All right. Now there is another zombie, another child who's coming at us. The one over here seems to have wandered north, and that's wonderful. We are a little bit fatigued, so I think our best bet is to back off again and recover our stamina. So meanwhile, unfortunately, that child that saw us will probably be slamming into the fence and... Oh, I did not mean 5 minutes. Yes, stop waiting. Wanted to wait until I caught my breath. Now the child has broken the glass. So I think we're going to do the same thing we did with the last one, except this time we'll be smart about it and we'll drop our messenger bag and backpack. And that'll leave us much more free to swing our hammer. Oh, come on. There we go. Get on that rock. And you'll notice the difference, by the way. Now that we didn't have the messenger bag in the backpack, we could swing the hammer much more effectively. So that's excellent. We'll wear those. And we're in the school. That's excellent. So look around. We see a battery. And that's it. The desks will have things in them that we have to walk up to find. Nothing of use yet. Candy. 6 beans in the wheel. That's a new one. It's just for fun, though, so we're not into fun here. We're into survival. And survival and fun are not compatible things, just by the by. That hockey stick looks like a better weapon than my hammer. Let's check it out. Hammer, hockey stick. Yes, the hockey stick is a much better weapon than the hammer. So, we will wield the hockey stick. See, we've already upgraded our gear. And there's a zombie. Good timing. We have a hockey stick to beat you to death, zombie. Top Gear magazine. Might as well take it. It's small. It's not a good book, but it's a book. And that's what we're here for. Now, we're in the dark. He cannot see us. He has heard the sounds, so he's come running. But he doesn't know we're here yet. So I'm going to leave it like that. We'll go out this way, close the door behind us. Now, again, we're in the shadows, and we're going to leave it in the shadows. Pick up peppermint patties, because who doesn't love a good peppermint patty? 101 home repairs. That'll give us some basic fabrication help. There's some knives here. A pocket knife. We already have a pocket knife. We don't need that stuff. So we'll leave the kitchen alone. What we really want to find is a library. What are you? Glass front cabinet. Okay. This door is locked. I'm not going to bash it down, and we don't have... I am going to take this backpack. Now, we are now wearing 2 backpacks and a messenger bag, which means we are heavily encumbered. And if we try to fight with all these bags on, we will die. But we're not going to do that. We're instead going to run away. Okay, so we've had 2 children now find us, attack us, and leave our right arm bleeding. This is not ideal. We're going to keep running for now. We're not going to stop to pick up the cookies, even though we want cookies. These Heelys are tempting. These Heelys will make us slightly faster in exchange for letting us be knocked down super fucking easily. I don't know. And we stepped into the brightness. That's not a good thing. So now, fortunately, these are behind the wall. They cannot see us. Okay, excellent. So only these children know where we are, and we can go up the stairs, and we're more or less safe for now. Okay, and here's some food. Food is a good thing. We didn't have much food before, even though I skipped over it earlier. This seems to be some sort of teacher's lounge. There is 1 child zombie here, so we'll do the clever thing and drop our bags. And when I say clever thing, I mean maybe we should have been more clever and backed off before doing that. That might have been smart. Come on. Onto the chair. All right. Child is dead. Chemistry for kids. Awesome science books. Science books. Science experiments that really work. All right. We have no room because we don't have bags. Okay. Bag. 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 Getting all these bags early was a really good thing. It's the only reason I've decided to take the risk of coming into the school, because we know now that we're in here, we can carry a lot of stuff. I'm not going to take another messenger bag. We have enough space. Some sort of computer lab, not super useful. There's a zombie here somewhere. We're going to use the peek function. And the zombie is not in this room, so that's good. Take the soda. History of firefighting. That is fantastic. So the history of firefighting is assuming it hasn't changed, it's a book about fabrication. But what makes it amazing is that it's an enjoyable book about fabrication. Most high-level fabrication books are really not enjoyable and therefore take a long time to read and go down real slow. But the history of firefighting is exciting, because firefighting is exciting. So we'd love a fire extinguisher, but we can't. It's way too big. Okay, more backpacks. Yeah. Early game cookbook seems fine. Okay. I was not paying enough attention, and we just walked right into a zombie. That door is locked. Wonderful. So what are we going to do? We could either run away, or, walk away, realistically. Or we can stop and fight. I think what we want to do is walk away until we have... Oh, there's another zombie. Okay. This is going less well than it was a minute ago. But I think we can just lose this zombie by walking very slowly away from it. So let's take advantage of that. This room has a tough zombie in it. It is a classroom. Nothing useful that we can see. There will be stuff hidden in the desks, of course. But I don't think I care that much. What I really want to find is a school library. That will be a gold mine. At this point, I'd rather be safe because there's enough zombies in this area that if we get swamped, we could very easily end up in trouble. So what I'd like to do is get down to this staircase, which is way down here, which we were at not that long ago, but we left. And if we can get there, I betcha the library's on the upper floor. So run, run. The zombie hit us right in the eyes. That's amazing. Damaged our glasses, made our head bleed. Means we'll need to take a second when we think we can and see if we can patch up our head wound. We can't. Pretty sure I have adhesive bandages. Those should help, right? No. No. No, no, no. Apparently it takes longer than I thought to use an adhesive bandage. That's unfortunate. Up the stairs. And there's a fat zombie. Okay. This is not going as well as it was. I'm going to hide in the bathroom. I'm going to hide in a toilet stall. And we're going to use our bloody bandage. We do not want head. I guess the bleeding had already stopped before I got to that point, so I'm being very effective here. Now, we can either kill this zombie or we can run away from it. I think in this case we're going to kill it. We're going to wait until it knocks down the door successfully. Then we're going to try to kite it backwards into the bathroom. And we forgot to drop our backpack. That was actually extremely dumb. Lucky hit. Okay, he's almost dead, so we'll just club him. And we're bleeding again. Good stuff. How are you not dead yet? Seriously? Die. Okay. Okay, 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 okay. We're okay. Stop running. Fix your arm. Fix your arm. Maybe I should just use the bandage. Probably should have brought more bandages with me now that the bleeding is much more intense than it used to be. Wish we had lockpicks. I feel like these locked doors could easily be a library. Fortunately, a zombie will soon break through. Tempted to wear another backpack, but I'm just going to keep my leather packs. We have tons of space. So we'll come back down here later. I already have Ham Radio Illustrated. What do you do, Hockey Mask? The eye encumbrance will kill us, as will the mouth encumbrance. So just to explain that, eye encumbrance affects vision range. So if we start encumbering our eyes, we won't see very far, and that will kill us. And mouth encumbrance affects stamina. So much like COVID deniers, we won't be able to breathe. This, my friends, is a library. Pay dirt. Fletcher's Friend's amazing. So What Clothing's amazing. Oh boy. Electronic circuit theory. Once we're through here, I think we should resist the urge to keep plugging around the library and risking death, and instead we should just go back home. I think we already have the big book of first aid. Is that true? No, we don't. Okay. School libraries. Who knew? Building for beginners. With all of these books, we will be able to build our skill set so we can rule this cruel world. And I didn't see the child zombie. Okay, okay. Oh. So we're surrounded. Cool, cool, cool. Let's kill the one behind us first. Should we try dropping our messenger bag? What will that accomplish? Quite a lot, actually. Okay, so let's do that first. And yes, we'll get hit a few times, but we're more likely to get out of here alive, I think. We're bleeding from multiple places. We've now killed 10 zombies. That's good. I don't think the game knows what decimate means. That's to kill 1 out of every 10 zombies. And I think there's more than 100 zombies in this world, so we have not yet decimated the zombies. Okay. So we're going to wear the messenger bag. Unfortunately, these children were not carrying anything of use to us. We already have building for beginners. Don't want any of the other stuff. This is very, very scary. We have history of firefighting. We were very happy to find the first one. The second one's useless. What we really want is Bowyer's buddy to go along with Fletcher's friend. That would be very useful. That way we could make both bows and arrows. We also really, really want a book that will teach us how to make rapiers and other medieval weaponry for our fencing skill. Because if we can get that, then we can get some blacksmithing stuff. We'll be able to be very effective in melee combat, and that will be glorious. Do we have the big book of first aid? We do. Rules of the road. What's up here? We have sew up clothing. Outdoor survival guide might as well, I suppose. And advanced physical chemistry. Okay. We have all of this. Do we have mechanical mastery? We don't. Mechanical mastery is important, so excellent. Augmentative Tech Review. That's a real late game book. Good thing for a school library to have. Chemistry textbook. Italian cuisine. Why not? Have all of those. Sewing techniques for designers. Don't mind if I do. Welding and metallurgy. That's really important. That'll help us with the recipes we need. Complete guide to pitching will help us with our throwing, which will be useful once we start getting grenades and such things. And I think that's it. I think we've gone through the entire library. I don't think we've missed anything. Okay, so now that we've done that, our goal should be returning home as safely as possible. We could take that staircase down. How many books do we actually have here? We have sewing books. We have very good sewing books. That's excellent. We have... We have books that'll teach us the basics of fabrication. The very basics of computers. First aid, where we're loaded up on first aid. Mechanics under the hood, I think, gets us to Mechanics 3, and that's enough to start building vehicles. Yeah, I like it. I think we have all the books we desperately need. So... Oh, shit. Decision time. We can either go back up the stairs, try to find another way out of here, or we can just leg it. See if we can dodge between these children and get north and get out of the area as quickly as possible. I think we're gonna leg it. This might be a terrible decision, but screw it. Run away, run away. Close the door behind us. Okay. I think that worked. Is there anything else we need in here? Not really. So, let's stop running. They'll be trapped by that door for a little while. Break out. And there's a zombie child. That's fine. Our head and left arm are bleeding, so we should really be at least a little bit concerned about that. Let's get some distance. You know, we have this this here evacuation place and evacuation center, and I think that's going to be real useful. I think, is that like royal jelly or something? A sponge. It's probably a sponge. It's a sponge. Okay. What are you? Evacuation pamphlet. Okay, so we still have a left arm bleeding. We're not in too bad shape, though, all considered. I think we're doing okay here. Got a lot of books. Might as well take some clean water. Ooh, a headlamp. I like headlamps. We can put a flashlight in that headlamp, or a battery in that headlamp, and we will always have power. Do we have a battery on us? Only a medium battery. That won't fit. Pardon me. I suddenly got a case of the sniffles. Nothing useful up there. This isn't a great little evacuation building place thing, but at least it got us away from the zombies. So there's more zombies down here. That's fine. We'll just take a long way around. What are you? A slime pit. Lovely. So I'm glad we didn't decide to make a home out of this evacuation, evacuation shelter, because if we did that, we'd be too close to the slimes, and slimes have a way of multiplying a lot. Looking at my stats, it looks like this total failure to hit the record button means that I lost 45 minutes of content that would be saved on my hard drive. So I'm new to this whole Twitch YouTube game, but I think it should be possible to export the Twitch video to YouTube and trim it down. So probably part 1 will be that. And then part 2 will start when I noticed. I think that's how we'll do it. It'll be fine. So now we have a lot of books. Books are our friend. So we're going to check out these books and see what we have. Our priority should be learning to woodwork enough to make like some sort of club, like a, what do you call it? What's the word? Let's find it out. Find out what the word is. A cudgel. And actually, we could have made a cudgel before we left, and that would have been real smart, but we're apparently not that smart. So now that we have a cudgel, that'll be better than our hockey stick, and we totally could have had this cudgel a long time ago. And the reason the cudgel will be better than our hockey stick is because it works with our martial art, our fencing. So if we switch to fencing, we wield the cudgel, we move into the unguard stance. Beautiful. So we want tailoring, because we're going to want to make some form of armor relatively quickly. And we want to get fabrication up. We already have level 2 fabrication, so we started with level 2 fabrication. And that's good. So, applied science is a new skill that was not in the game last time I played. Mechanics would be helpful. So I think what we're going to do is read away the day until nightfall. Then once night falls, we'll make our way back into town. We might hit up some of these houses to try to get a supply of food. We might see if we can penetrate to the bike shop to get some basic transportation. And maybe get some welding equipment, which would be brilliant. And other tools. We might try to penetrate to this library, get some more books. Though, in fairness, we have enough books to get us started right now. We can read for quite a while before we run out. So let's read. First thing we're going to do is activate our MP3 player, because why not listen to music while reading? We're going to eat some things. We have plenty of things to eat now, thanks to that school. Most of it's junk food, but oh well. All right, that's excellent. So now we read. I like the idea of starting with tailoring. So this is we do not have a basic tailoring book, which is kind of unfortunate. So we're going to read until we gain level 1. Our focus, by the way, you'll notice is increasing here. So focus is a multiplier that's attached to learning. If we have 100 focus, we learn at the default rate. And I think the way it works is that 65 focus means we learn at 65% of the default rate. So that's, as you know, this is okay. It's okay. It could be a lot worse. Could be a lot better. Could be a lot worse. And the reason why we're at 65%, even though we're hungry, which we should fix, is because we ate some delicious junk food. I think we had some soda and maybe even peppermint patties or something, or cookies. And we listened to music. And all of that stuff gets our morale up. And our morale contributes to our focus. So now that we've done that, we'll be real focused. And we'll go back to reading So What Clothing. Oops, must have told it to just read once. That was not the goal. That's great. We're correct about the screen. It does indeed help us, but we are chilly and our head is in trouble. So we're going to see if we can make a needle. We can make a needle. That's great. I don't think there are any strings around here. It used to be these evac shelters had like, I think 8 windows with curtains on them, and you could get thread and fabric and all sorts of lovely stuff out of that. But that is in the past, and we're dealing with the present. So we want to find a way to get thread. So we're going to go to the disassemble item screen. And here's a bra that let's be real. Does anyone actually need a bra? I mean, some people do, but I don't think we do. Don't think we do. We're not too concerned about the male gaze right now. You know, zombies do gaze. They do. But yeah, I'll just leave that one alone. Okay, so unfortunately, we are cold all over, and that's a real shame. So we need something to cover our head, our mouth, our arms, and our hands. So it's good that we're learning tailoring, but most of this stuff is going to require things we do not have. Okay. I'm going to actually drag all of this stuff here, then hit the disassemble button, if I remember what the disassemble button actually is. Is it? No. What is the disassemble button? Oh, it's been too long since I played. Well, for the first time, this is where I look at the key bindings menu. And disassemble items. Oh, right. I don't want disassemble. I want butcher. Haha. Capital B. That's why I forgot. So Definitely cut up the leather pants. Unfortunately, we're really low on things to make rags out of. And that's a real problem, but it is dark. So instead of worrying too much, what we should do is find a building and raid it and get the things that we need to be able to start crafting items. So we're going to drop all of this unnecessary weight. Seems good. Now we are light and free as a bird. We will go night raiding. Probably run through the apartment tower. I'm going to turn safe mode on because we don't have much visual radius right now, and I'm being very careless with how quickly I'm moving. And there's a zombie. Thank you, safe mode. We'll ignore that zombie and we'll move slightly to the side here. We're probably close. We are. Okay, we're at the apartment building. That's excellent. No. So our hammer cannot open that window, unfortunately. I should have looked into making more lock picks, probably. We're not going to mess around on the lower floor because I'm concerned that we'll run into zombies down here. So we'll go up one. And we'll start looking through these apartment tower buildings. Let's take some of the more delicious and fresher items of food. That's always good. And what we do want in the end is rags, but that doesn't have to be immediate. So what I think I'll do is take my cudgel and beat the ever-loving shit out of this bed. But not until I put on a duster. Even though it's a poor fit, it will be good. So beat the bed up. We'll take rags. And let's take a pillow too. We'll take a blanket when we can find it. That'll make us a little bit more comfortable when it comes time to sleep in our little shelter. So we'll beat up a couple more beds and raid a couple more kitchens, and then we'll be good to go. That really did fill our inventory quite a bit, but that's okay. Oh. What is that? A teapot, I guess. The other thing we need is a pot. We need a pot very badly. Only 33 duct tape in that box, so screw it. We need long strings. I don't know why I wasn't taking those earlier. I should have been. It's a frying pan, but that's not quite a pot. So let's take a blanket. Beat up another bed, maybe. So, what are we cold at again? Everything, right. So, let's wear a sweatshirt. That'll get us warmed up. Take the rags. If I've already seen some gloves, then I've screwed up, but whatever. Might as well take an ankle sheath. You never know when you'll need an ankle sheath, and they're small. Okay. Codeine. Almost missed it. More codeine. Antibiotics. That's tremendous. Thanks to those antibiotics, if we get bitten by a zombie and get infected, we will not die. We want a sponge. Often forget to get that type of thing, but used to be you could just build a washboard and clean everything, but now you do need a sponge as well as a washboard to clean some items. Eat some of these vegetables that are here. Eat the pear, eat the cherries, not a mushy mushroom. If it was a non-mushy mushroom, I'd be down, but mushy mushroom. Copper pot, that's real important. We've got our pot. Put on the work gloves. Now we just need a head and mouth. Binoculars. Very important. We'll be able to see much farther by the time daytime comes. I'm actually going to take the whistle too. The whistle will let us attract the zombie attention when we want to lead them away from something so we can skirt around and grab it. Tool belt. Lots of good stuff here. Now what we really need is a hat or a balaclava, even though it's a poor fit, which isn't ideal because, again, we get eye and mouth encumbrance out of the poor fit. So it'll make us see a little less and breathe a little less, but that's okay because we want to be warm, and now we are. First aid kit. Broccoli. So I think we're going to go a few more minutes, and then we will take ourselves a break. Just a short break. I feel the need to rest my weary voice. Bifocal glasses. We want that because oh, hey, there's a balaclava that is not a poor fit, and that's way better. Might as well wear the tool belt while we're here. And might as well activate the tool belt and put the hammer in it. Perfect. All right. You know, the completionist in me wants to keep exploring this building and probably find some stuff, but I'm pretty satisfied right now. One thing I'm not satisfied by is that I didn't pick up very many strings, and I think that was my fault. I think there were probably long strings sitting around that I just neglected to grab. So I'll just look quickly for strings. There they are. It's only one though. And a decent light battery. That's worth taking. You know what? Let's go up one more. Oh, that's the ceiling or the roof. Okay. Good enough. So there's a zombie. We'll exit through the north, and we can avoid that zombie that way. Might as well check out this house while we're in town, I suppose. How much room do we have? This button. We have some room. Door's locked. Can't get leverage. Oh well. Wetsuit hood is worth taking because that will help us. Okay, this is real bad. We just walked headfirst into a Z9. These things can outrun us, and they can do a lot of damage. So that bathroom almost certainly doesn't have a second way out, but if we run towards the back of the house, we might be able to outpace them briefly. So let's try this. I don't think there's anything worth taking when there's a dog after us. We want to get far enough away that he won't be able to see us in the dark, and I think we've successfully done that, so I think we'll be okay. We'll take the leather. I don't like the idea of staying in this house with the dog. Take the electric blanket, because that will give us parts, or it'll give us wires. Wires will get us, I think it'll get us wires. No, it won't, unless we disassemble the heating items, maybe. Okay, it's too big to fit in our backpacks, so let's just leave it. We're feeling reasonably safe from this dog, but we also see our bags are filling up. Even though we still have extra space, the bags in the newer patches have to be able to store the item's physical dimensions, at least in some abstracted sense. So it's a little harder to tell when you're full and when you're not than it used to be. That looks like a garage in the back. I'm tempted to check it out because that's an empty space. And so this pavement suggests to me that there's something back here. I'm very concerned about dogs, but oh well. Yeah, there's nothing back here. Okay, so I'm going to mark this as explored, even though there are still some places we haven't explored. And I'm going to mark... Oh, no, I won't mark that as explored because we really didn't go through it very much. You're a wooded trail. You're a house. Do we want another house? Yeah, might as well. Let's remember to take the string this time. That is what we came here for, after all. Dried. Might as well pick up things like rice now that we can use to cook with. I don't think we have any oil either. We're getting close to our capacity, but thanks to this assortment of bags we have, we're not there yet. Archery for kids will go along well with our Fletcher's friend. There is a zombie in this basement. It's a wreck basement, I think, so I don't think it has anything particularly fancy in store for us. So let's go up these stairs quickly, pick up the Modern Rifleman book. That's a good book to have because we already have some rifle skill, but I think that'll give us a bit more. Got a fedora, but, you know, I'm a little bit scared to look that stylish. I don't want to invite the zombies to take me out just because they're jealous of my very sexy fedora, so, you know. What do we have here? We have plenty of aspirin at this point. We don't need more. An Uzi 9x19 millimeter. So, that's cool. Good news is it's an Uzi. The bad news is that we don't have space for it, and that we don't have ammo for it, and that we're not really looking to build our skill in submachine guns, because what we're going to want in the late game is to be using pistols for like emergency sidearms while also using rifles for actually having a gun we want to fire. We don't really want submachine guns. They're like too much in the middle. But we're going to take it anyway because it might be really useful in the short term. I do want one thing of cooking oil. I think that's a good idea. So let's eat some of this stuff and be very scared by those roar sounds we're hearing. That is not a good thing to hear. So get rid of the plastic cups. Now, let's see. Still have no space. What if I wield it? Will I have space for the cudgel? No. Huh. Okay. Okay. Where? So the cudgel is 0.6 liters and 23 inches. No. And the Uzi is 1.9 liters and 18 inches. I wish I had a better sense for how these things work. So instead, what I'm going to do is I'll drop a big pile of rags. Drop the little piles of rags first. How about that? Then, hopefully, we have room for the Uzi. We don't. It's entirely possible the Uzi's just going to be too big for any of our bags. Wow, dropping all those rags was a terrible idea. It took a very long time, but oh well. Now we've picked them all up. Excellent. So that worked extremely well. Yeah. Okay. So I like where we're at here. The big trouble will be getting out of this house, because there's only one staircase, and I'm pretty sure there's still zombies down there. No, there aren't. Excellent. Okay. Things are looking up. Oh, I want that battery. I want that battery, but it's big, and we have too much stuff. Fortunately, it's only 4 inches long, so I think we can actually get away with this. Let's drop the 45 rags. Pick up the battery. Pick up the flashlight. Pick up the rags. Ha! It worked. There is a zombie child there, but I wanted the strings. Putting on a long string. Oh, yes, I see. That might be why it didn't let us pick that up earlier. Would have been smart to read the log. There's a zombie. Okay. Let's be safe and careful here. Is that a long stick? It's a stout branch. I don't remember what stout branches are used for here. We'll use that chain link fence to dodge. That is a long stout branch. That could end up being very important, because if we want to build a spear, long stout branches, I believe, are the thing for that. So I am going to make a note here and say long stout branches, bottom left. Okay. This was a good trip. I'm going to turn safe mode back on so I can be lazy and just hold the button. I'm going to go down here. And we are home, sweet home. Good. Hello, NPC friend. Actually. You really need some 9mm ammo. I don't know where we'd find that in this area, though. Oh, and we left our MP3 player on until it burned out of batteries. That's okay. Let's unload. We have many, many rags and many, many strings, and that was the goal. We'll unload some of these items that have batteries in them. Handheld gaming system, and there's a flashlight somewhere, right? I think. Yes. And then we'll reload our headlamp with that one. Good. And we'll also unload the MP3 player and reload the MP3 player with that one. Yay. Now we have music. We're also tired, so we can consider sleeping. I think we want to sleep downstairs. I think that's probably a good idea at this point. Once we get up in the morning, we can do some more reading. So it's not much, but we do have a blanket and a pillow. And that's something. So we'll take the blanket and the pillow. I don't think we'll need a sleeping pill. We might. If we do need it, we have it, and that's always a good thing. We'll set these up here. Pillow. Blanket. Sit on here and go to sleep. I think this is a good time, now that we're asleep, and this is a comfortable place to sleep. Wonderful. Now that we're asleep, I think it's a good time to take a little break, let my voice rest slightly, and achievement completed. First day, found a place to sleep, triggered by waking up. We've had a very successful day one. So, if you're in Twitch chat, I will see you in just a few minutes. And if you're in YouTube chat, there will be another video up soon. But until then, let's fade our way to black.